Hey Harmonizers, it's show day. Evelyn is doing her first show with Dare, and we are hosting the horse show at our own farm. So here's a little look at the show. We decided to host our own schooling series this year, this little hunter schooling series. And that's because we have quite a few students that wanted to start showing but weren't necessarily ready to go off site. So there's little Pumpkin going around. I'll do another video with those guys later, but we're going to focus on Dare and Evelyn for this video. I'll show you guys some things around the farm. This was our little photo setup. We got our little sign there and some flowers. Here's a little look at kind of the horse show going on before Dare's class. So the lead line went after some of the other flat classes in the day, and Dare and Evelyn were going to be shown in the lead line. So here's a little look at some of the people, some of the horses that were in the ring. And it was kind of nice being indoors because it was nice and shady. And here's the judge and the announcer. We had our sound system set up at the end. So here's a little look at the ring, and that's little Miss Asha there that you guys might recognize from when we started her under saddle the previous year, and then she started getting used in our lesson program and has turned out to be one of the best lesson horses ever, and it's been a total superstar. So we had this little area set off for the judges table in the corner of the ring and hosted everything indoors. So little Miss Dare headed in for her class with Evelyn for the lead line. Super cute going in. We had the warm up in the outdoor ring, and this was kind of interesting. I wasn't sure how it was going to go because Evelyn normally only rides for 5-10 minutes max, and she usually wants to do things like go over poles and do lots of trotting and go over obstacles and kind of make things interesting. So the thing I was the most worried about was if she was going to be able to just walk along the rail for like 5 minutes, because it's kind of boring. And there was a lot of waiting time leading up to the competition because you never really know what time your class is going to start. So definitely trying to get her to hold her reins properly for the entire class was a total struggle and did not happen the entire time. She's still 2 years old, so she turns 3 in June. And so that attention span, she actually did really well with like staying on her pony and being interested. It was kind of funny because in the lead line class, there were 2 kids in the lead line class. And I guess she thought she was going to go in all by herself because she sees mommy do horse shows all by myself when I go for my turn in the ring. So she was like, why is that little boy in here? It's Evelyn's turn. I'm like, no, like you're competing together. So that was kind of cute. And so we tried to play some little games and talk to each other a little bit to keep her entertained a little bit. And I didn't want to be hard on her, like, oh, hold your reins properly. That's Alex, the other student in the class. And so he's a little older, more riding experience, and is actually holding his reins the whole time. At one point, Evelyn definitely was like, I'm a cowgirl, and held her reins in one hand and then did the other hand and even put them in her mouth at one point, which I had to tell her, no, that's dangerous, don't do that. But for the most part, she was plodding around there, and she was okay with the fact that we were just walking around the rail. There wasn't a lot of tasks for the lead line. We did have to do a halt and a go. We did a little change of direction as well. Here's more of me trying to get Evelyn to keep holding onto her reins in 2 hands, which was challenging most of the time. If she's steering her own pony herself, she's pretty good about it, but that was pretty good there. She picked up her reins and she's actually holding them pretty nicely there for a little bit. She holds it for a little while, which is great, but it's definitely pretty short-lived and something that we'll be working on. And it's interesting, with this little pony Dare. Originally, when I was looking for a pony for her, I didn't want to get something that was really small and that she would outgrow quickly. But you know what? Getting this older pony who's really little has been the best thing ever because Evelyn's been able to get such confidence with Dare. She brings her in completely by herself. She can lead her around. She's totally comfortable riding around on her. And even if she were to fall, it's really not that far to go. And Dare's really nice and slow. Here's a little look. We were being told to back up. And so you can see Evelyn's backup skills definitely need a little bit of work there. And Dare is just the most patient pony ever. So if there's any parents out there wondering, should I don't want to waste the money on a little pony. Should I just get a bigger one so they're ready to move up? I would say get the little pony. The little pony has been such a confidence boost for her. She's got, no fear around the pony. She's totally feels comfortable and safe with her, which is really what it's all about at this young age, is just letting her have fun with it, letting her feel safe while doing it. Shouldn't be anxiety provoking or anything like that. It should just be fun times with her pony. You see, we do a little high five there. So this is coming up for the ribbons for the first time, and she doesn't know really what she's getting. She knows she sees Mummy get ribbons, but she doesn't know that she's going to get a ribbon. And it's so funny. You got to see the difference between, so there were 2 classes. There's this class where we did the walking. This is the first time she's going to get a ribbon. And then watch the difference when she gets her ribbon for the second time after she actually knows that you get a ribbon. It's so cute. So here she gets her first ever ribbon. This is for the walking class. So she gets second place. Blue in Canada is second place. So she got second out of her and Alex. So proud of her for staying on her pony the whole time. And the ribbons look like little horses, which is super cute. And then we do the second class, which has a little bit of trotting, which you guys are all going to laugh at how hilarious her trot is. She stays on the horse all by herself, but her form is definitely a little bit questionable. So we're working on our posting trot. She doesn't always listen to Mummy that well when we're learning. And then we're going to line up for our second ribbon. So now that she knows she gets a ribbon, you should see, just wait a minute here and see how excited she is to get her second ribbon now that she knows what she's getting. It was so cute. We had some sponsors for the show that put together these little loot bags for the kids as well. And for getting the champion and reserve champion, they had little prizes. Look how excited she is. Look at those little hands going. She's like, oh boy, I'm going to get another little horsey ribbon. She was so excited. And she ended up getting a little loot bag of goodies as well. There were the 2 kids, so champion and reserve champion for their little lead line class. Dare's such a little superstar. And the ribbons have little horsies. Like they've got little ears on them, little googly eyes. They're little horsey ribbons for which we had a lot of comments that the adults and the other kids would love the horsey ribbons too. So we're thinking we're going to do the horsey ribbons as our champion and reserve ribbons for the next show, but without the googly eyes and the nose. We'll just kind of do it with the ears, just so it's kind of something a little different. You can let me know in the comments if you think that's a cool idea to have the horse-shaped ribbons for the champion reserve for our next show. I think that'd be something fun and a little different to do. So see, they get the little loot bags and the little reserve champ. It's such a fun way if you're doing any activity for kids, any type of competition, having those little loot bags. Like she loved that. It was just a couple little candies and a little straw that changes color when you drink through it. She thought it was the best thing in the world and totally made her day. Doesn't cost a lot of money and can just really make it such an extra positive experience for them and a lot of fun. So this is Alex and Evelyn with their ribbons afterwards. The horses were little superstars, and in a different video I'll show you guys some updates with Pumpkin and Asha and Elon, because they were all part of the show, and even Pentland. Let me know if you guys remember who Pentland is, and I'll show you guys them at the show and some of the fun stuff that they were doing. But that is Evelyn and her first horse show ever, wrapping up the day. Beautiful sunny day. It's finally warmed up here in Canada. We're enjoying the sunshine and the flowers outside. And get ready for some adventures because we're going to be heading to Vermont soon with the horses. But I'll share with you guys some more updates over the rest of the week. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and bye for now.